Queen's Park, Toronto. We got the coronation 21 gun salute happening soon at Queen's Park and Wellesley here on the street. Let's see if we can get any closer here. Look at the smoke everywhere. Beautiful. I think they just took out Jane and Finch.
I don't know.
Whoa! There he goes. There goes Lanzan and Blur.
The next one's Scarborough, right?
I think they're gonna hit Queen Street that angle. Alright, so we got the gun salute here. Pretty loud. They got a whole bunch of them still. There you go. It actually sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty cool sounding, very bassy. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but quite a few people here. Beautiful day in the city. This guy's got big lenses. Let's check out the surrounding area. So which street is this? I think it's Wellesley. Hey. I think it's gonna be another one going off. Oh, this one is the best one because it makes the most smoke.
Thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you.
Look at the trees. They can see that.
Cuối cùng mình vẫn xem được mà.
How much is the free, yeah?
This I'm gonna bring it down to 0.
Oh, but if
The highest 800. Right, you can see the spiral inside the barrel. So we'll take the bag, we'll climb onto the spiral.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess.
Artillery-specific uniform. So every artillery unit has would wear this uniform, where everyone in the army is issued this uniform as well.
Beautiful. Thank you.
No, no problem.
Is it fully mechanically actuated, Phil?
Yep, so basically everything, these handles here, we have the traversing handle, and you have the elevating handle there. That allows us to bring the barrel up and down and left and right. And then we manually open the trails here, drag them apart, lock them in place with locking pins, and there's actually axle locks within the gun as well, because you're not always going to be on a nice flat road like this, right? You're going to be in an area that's kind of tilted down, so that way the wheels might be like this, but the gun itself is still centered and level. We were giving Ukrainians the M777, which is a 155 millimeter howitzer, whereas this is only 105. I believe I think it was Estonia or Latvia donated C2 version, so they just don't have the muzzle brake on it, the trails aren't as long, and the barrel's a little bit shorter, but essentially it's the same style of howitzer, and they are utilizing those over in Ukraine. So they have a very similar style gun of this that they're using, but the Canadians themselves didn't actually donate these because we only have so many of them left. And
I guess no one's building them anymore.
Exactly. So they donated the ones we had a little bit more of.
So Austin here would like to know how you fire.
How we fire it? Well, we have ammunition, and it's called separate loading ammunition. So it has a big brass casing, and on the bottom of that casing is a primer, and inside of the casing is a priming tube, and then we'll have different charge bags inside, and they have this little type of propellant called M69 propellant, and then depending on how far you want to shoot, how long you want the shell to be in the air, we have charges 1 through 7. So we'll get, say, HE, so high explosive quick, that's your fuse setting, you set it to quick, which means as soon as it hits, it's going to go off, and then you charge 3. So you take out the charge bags, they're all numbered 1 through 7, 3's in there. They bring it up to me, I check everything, make sure it's good. I pull the charge bags we're not using off of the casing, and then the loader will come up and load the gun in like this. And this side is the number 2. The number 2 will close the breech. So once the breech is closed, it's all sealed up in there. When I give the command fire, this is the lanyard. The number 2 will grab the lanyard. This is the trigger shaft, the trigger shaft assembly. Pull back, hear that click? That was the firing lock and the firing pin getting activated. If you actually come up and look through this little gap here, you can see the firing pin poking out to where the base of the shell and the primer would be.
Do you see that?
So that hits the primer, that sets off the primer, which sets off the charge inside the shell, and then the shell goes flying out of the muzzle.
Oh, so out of there.
Yep, so then once we let go of it, it retracts itself back in, and when I give them then they'll immediately unload the howitzer after the gun goes off. So it opens up the breech, and there's an extractor built into the breech mechanism parts, which pops that casing right back out. And again, when we're doing this in the field on a training exercise, we're doing it a lot faster than what you just saw for the ceremony, right? With the ceremony, those blank casings, you have to make sure they're actually fitted into the gun first before you shoot them to make sure they actually will work. And because it's black powder, there's often going to be a lot more residue left over that's still burning. Maybe it didn't all ignite when it went off, so you go a bit slower, give yourself a bit time, so that way when it comes out, you're just slowly and carefully placing it on the ground.
Question, how far can it go? What's the furthest?
So with our high explosive extended range rounds, we're looking at about 13 kilometers. So if you ever get mad at your school,
So how many?
a battery would consist of 6 guns. So what you're seeing here is more of what we would call a troop level amount. So 3 to 4 guns usually in a troop, and then a whole battery would be 6 guns. A regiment would be 3 batteries. So you're looking at 18 guns in total for a regiment of artillery. And then you have to add in the fact that you're going to have a command post for each one of those batteries. You're going to have a reconnaissance element, which go out and it's more survey. It's not like sneaking up on people. You go out there first, you find a field or an area we're going to set up the howitzers and shoot from. They'll bring out theodolites and mathematically go around and set out where all the guns are going to be and figure out all the angles in relation to what's called the center of arc, which is what we use to basically aim the entire battery off of in order to engage targets within a maximum left and right traversing element. So going that way, cover it all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
There we go. Come on, muscle it in there. Come on.
And then we're going to rotate it back that way.
Just go to the front and drink.
Drinks off.
Yeah, everyone. Yep. They can take photos of it. Just push them towards the inside of the curve.
Okay, standing on the gun.
Yes, they over, please.
Lift. Lift. Lower.
I didn't know he was here until after.
Yeah, I know. I did speak with him.
Yeah, better.
These guys are gonna have to rest.
So we're gonna follow you guys until it's time to turn left at North Park. We're gonna go straight.
Yeah, okay.
But I have to go back and get my van.
Yeah,
So 3 of us are gonna jump in this truck.
okay. Thanks again for your support on this.
Hey, that was an excellent presentation.
Thanks, no problem. Give me a shot.
Oh, they didn't give us any food.